BetterPic is one of the fastest growing AI headshot generators out there. The current co-founders acquired the company just about a year and 3-4 months back, and now they have managed to scale the company, earning about 200,000 US dollars every month. Yes, you heard that right. AI headshot generation is definitely a booming business, and BetterPic is one of the industry leaders. And today, I got the man behind BetterPic's success on today's interview with me, and that is BetterPic CMO Thibaut. In this interview, I'm going to ask about the exact step by step process he used to grow BetterPic from where it was to where it is today. This interview is going to be super valuable. It will have tips for how to bootstrap a startup, how to market a startup on limited funds, and how to grow your revenue as a startup without burning out. Make sure you watch until the end and don't forget to take notes because this interview will be more valuable than any masterclass on marketing you can buy. Hi, Thibaut. How are you doing?
Hi, good, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you for doing this interview with me. I'm really excited to hear your insights.
Nice, thank you.
So, before we begin, could you give us a small introduction about yourself and your role at BetterPic?
Yeah, so basically, I'm the CMO at BetterPic. We bought the company a year ago, and we went basically from 1.5K revenue to now this month will hit probably above 200,000 per month revenue. And what is BetterPic is it's an AI solution to transform your selfies into professional headshots.
I love it. So I've been using BetterPic a lot in my videos, in my LinkedIn as well. And recently, of late, most of my YouTube thumbnails, the picture that I have used are the headshots generated by BetterPic. They are that good. So the people who are watching this, if you want to try out BetterPic, you can find the link in the description of this video. So yes, Tibot, moving on. Can you tell us about a recent experiment or strategy you ran that moved the needle at BetterPic? Like what worked, what didn't, and is there something you would do differently?
Yeah, so basically there are a few things. So first to keep in mind is that our SaaS is a different type of model than the usual SaaS. Why? Because we don't have a recurrent revenue. So it means that every month, first of the month, we start at zero, and every start of the month, we need to find new customers. We have a bit of a retention, people that come and buy again, but that's not the core of the business model. We are working on it to have more of it. But basically, if we want to grow every single month, we need to think about, okay, how can we find new partners, and how can we find once we exhausted the partner, or we are like in the research phase, we need to launch new channels and to bring new revenue streams basically. And what moved the needle recently is to have new partners, as for example yourself, Anangsha, because basically, yeah, it's a new partnership that straight away we spot on the partnership. We understand, okay, how much value there is in this partnership, and we try to, like explore it as much as possible. And that basically moved the needle of bringing us an extra 20K, 30K per month. So that's how we move the needle, finding new partners and launching new channels that we can make profitable. That's how we do.
That's very interesting. And I'm a huge fan of the BetterPic affiliate program as well because the conversion ratio is so good. Like the number of viewers versus the number of conversions is crazy. So it's like a win-win for me as well as for BetterPic, right? So I think affiliates is a great strategy. So thanks for sharing that with us, Tibot. My next question is, share a moment where a campaign or a decision did not go as planned, and what lesson you have taken from that mistake.
Yeah, so I always take the example of the first few months because basically in the first few months, affiliate marketing, affiliate channel as a whole was new to me. I had no experience whatsoever. All I knew is that someone brings you sales and you give them a commission. That's basically all I knew about this channel, and also as a role into the in my role of a CMO. So that was something new to me as well. So I was on both learning curves, right? So affiliate channel and then how to be a CMO, what's the target, and so on. So basically, in the first few months, when we took over the company, there was some. So the affiliate channel was already there, generating 25%. So my only goal in life was to keep this 25% and to make it work. And basically, one of the biggest mistake in the beginning, and as a CMO as well, was to try a bit like different direction, different channel at the same time, trying to launch, for example, meta ads along other channels. And then I quickly realized, okay, we are, and it's basically I was part-time on that CMO role. So in 2 days per week, you can't run 5 channels, right? So one of the biggest learning is or mistake is to try to do too much at the same time. So I quickly realized, okay, I'm going to burn out. So I need to focus on what is working at the moment and see how much I can scale that. And why I went into Meta is because it's one of my skilled channel, like a channel where I'm skilled at. So I thought, okay, let's launch it. We're gonna succeed. We launched it. We spent 3,000, had almost no sales. So I realized, okay, let's save the budget because we don't have that much to spare. And then we focused onto this affiliate channel, and it still took a few months. So when you want something to start from zero and succeed, you need to really repeat it until it works. And that's basically how I started finding those partners and slowly growing this channel. But if I was to, repeat it, I would, from the start, really focus onto one thing, make it profitable, and then with the profit, with your profitable ROI, reinvest into the next channel, which is what we're doing now, and it's working well.
That's really lovely. So just something that I had, a question that came to me while you were talking, since you have been working with affiliate marketing for long. So what's your secret of keeping the affiliates motivated? Because a lot of people might sign up and then not use the link, right? So do you have any strategies for that?
Yeah, so as we do for you and other like top affiliates, is the most important, and what I like about this channel is every really high performing affiliates, they basically become part of your team in some way. Okay, they're not joining meetings and all that, but then they basically you keep this conversation going on week to week. Okay, what are we going to launch next, etc. And this is basically how I keep them motivated. Is just they're part of our marketing strategy, and we just see, because it's a win-win. So how can you make more money? If you make more money, we make more money. So that's our target. So that's how we keep them motivated. But now that we are going further, I understand that, okay, maybe it was luck. One time we found a really good affiliate. Now second time we found a second really good affiliate. So that's working. But my goal this year is to scale the channel to generate 100,000 per month, coming from 25,000 at the beginning of this year. So I know that there is going to be some limits into what we're doing with our current partners. So now what I've done is I've hired someone to manage the outreach to those extra affiliates, because some of them generate a lot of money, but we also need to have a bunch of them that generate mid level of revenue. So let's say a few thousand per month.
Yeah.
if we have 10 of those, then okay, we have an extra 30,000.
Yes.
So that's the next step in that sense, to find also other channels, because now it's really focused on SEO. But we need to explore something like display ads, like reward platform and this type of
Yes.
other channels. That's what we need to explore next, and have this whole mechanism. So if they join the program, they make a sale and then they stop selling, then we need to incentivize them to come back. So we'll have this whole mechanism in place. And maybe that's also interesting for you. We'll have this swag thing. So
Mhm.
basically we'll have some reward. So let's
Got
say
it.
if you hit this amount of sales per month, then you can win whatever we want to
I
put
love
there in
that.
the pool.
Yeah.
We want to make it more fun, more like you do the job, and you know that you have your revenue. The more you work, the more revenue you have. But also you can win cool stuff. So that's gonna be the next step for the motivation part.
I love it. Actually, I was a part of one more company's affiliate program. That was like way back in 2022. This was before like AI was a big thing. So they also had this swag system. Like if you hit some
Yeah.
sales, you get cool swag. So I had like t-shirt, water bottle, socks. That was pretty cool. Like they had some subscriptions as well. So if there's like a leaderboard, you can see how much others are doing, what how much you have left to reach
Yeah.
the top. It's a very cool way to keep people motivated because it's like a game, then you want to play more and more.
Yeah, because what we want to go after is people that love competition.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think that's why in the first place you are into this
Yes,
affiliate marketing channel,
for
because
sure.
you like competition. Because the more
Yeah,
you work, the more you get rewarded. So that's
yes,
I know that people in our program, they love money, so they just want to do more, and they'll also love like competition. So that's the main element.
so, before I joined this BetterPics affiliate program, I used to make like one video a week on YouTube. But now I'm
Mhm.
making like four videos a week, which is like insane productivity for me. So I can personally say that yes, people do love competition, and who doesn't love money, right? Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I recently read your LinkedIn post that BetterPic has hit like 25% revenue from affiliates. So can you walk us through the process? What were the key moments and what are your biggest wins and some challenges that you faced in the affiliate marketing program that you're running?
Yeah, so we, as I was explaining earlier, so when we acquired the company, it was making 1.5K. 25% was from affiliates, and then I was there working with Apurv, who's managing SEO and SEA. So for me, it was like a big advantage to have someone with knowledge into SEO. And basically, this channel was making 25%. So as we also like competition, we say, okay, I want my channel to be as good as yours. So I want to keep this 25% benchmark. So what can I do? And then basically, I got into, because the founder Miguel was knew quite some stuff about SEO, and he was already trying to rank on some articles and generating some affiliate revenue from there. So I understood, okay, that's the way to go. And that's what I started chasing those listicle to try to get the first position, because we could see already a few sales from the fourth position of some articles. And then Apurv, our SEO expert, told me, okay, now you see this, but I'm sure if you are first, you will make a lot more sales.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing. In the beginning, really chasing those SEO, trying to get on the first position as much as possible. And then after a few months, we started having those positions, but not those first position, but not necessarily on the first page of Google. So we could see some traction. So I understood, okay, let's try to do more. Let's try to get on the first page, first position, and that's gonna make a whole difference. So that's basically how we slowly kept the 25%, benchmark all the way until I think it was June last year. And then from there, I was trying to explore if there was some other ways to grow the affiliate channel. And I found those people onto Twitter that were basically they were influencer making
Yeah.
posts listicle. So I was like, okay, now maybe we can try to get on those listicle from those influencers. And one of these guy made a post, I think a few months back, and it did not really work for some reason. But then he decided to make another one for free. And then all of a sudden, back then, if we would make 10 sales, the average day was 10 sale. If we would make 20 sale, it was like twice the revenue. So it would be like a big boom, but it was just 10 more sales, right? And then all of a sudden we see a lot of sales coming in, which was 10 sales. And then, so back then it was really easy to track. I was like, okay, can we just check the traffic? And we checked the traffic and it was coming from Twitter. So we understood, oh, okay, this guy just made a post and it's actually kind of went viral for us. And then I was like, okay, let's do more of those. So from July last year, I think we did like 10 posts during the whole month. And then the revenue started like growing. And then August, we did, I think 20 posts. So it grew, it just kept on growing. So we understood, okay, we have something there. And that's how we all the year kept this 25% by now that I understand better the market, I understand better why we could keep this 25% is because it was really important to have this top of funnel type of affiliate and then bottom of funnel type of affiliate, which is bottom of funnel is like SEO article ranking for high keywords.
Yeah.
Those are bottom of funnel because it's for people that are researching, okay, what's the best AI headshot generator, for example. They are already in the buying mindset. So that's why you have such a high conversion rate because they are ready to buy. But then it's really important to also have those top of funnel
Yes.
type of affiliates because people see the conversion rate there is really low, it's 0.3%, because it's people are just curious and they basically they see the post on Twitter, for example, and then they go to Google research, AI headshot generator, and then they probably fall into your articles probably. So it's kind of, we need to create a loop. And by creating this loop, we managed to keep the 25% benchmark for our channel.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. So I was thinking those articles that are like detailed tutorials for BetterPic, suppose, those would be even more bottom of funnel, right? Compared to a listicle
Yes. Yeah. And also the review articles.
review art. Yeah.
We don't see actually the most conversion come from those listicle, to be honest.
Listicle. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
The reviews are really great for B2B purchase because they need to think more because they're going to purchase for 20, 50
yes,
people. So they
yes.
take a lot more time. So reviews are good for B2B.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, like in all my years as an online creator, I have seen that listicles, in whatever sense, they're always the best performing. Like people love reading listicles, people love
Yeah.
writing listicles, and they always perform the best.
Yeah. So now when I purchase something, I'm always wondering, okay, like who wrote
This-
this?
Yeah, true, that makes sense. All right. So let's talk a little bit about marketing in a bootstrap startup. So, what's one growth hack that has helped BetterPic scale without burning cash?
Yeah, so that's basically affiliate channel
Affiliate.
because the model is so great
Yeah.
that initially, okay, you have those upfront payments, so there is a bit of what we call bidding because you bet that you're gonna pay for an article and this gonna rank. But if
Yeah.
the article is already ranking, it's not bidding, it's an investment because
Yeah.
you know there is traffic, you know people will come to your website and you know they will converse at a high conversion rate. So when in that case it becomes investment. But some of the affiliates for those listicle, they accept just to be paid with commission. So basically for a bootstrap startup, that's perfect because the affiliates bring traffic, makes give you customer, you make the revenue, and then 14 or our program is 14 days refund policy. So if after 14 days there was no refund, then we pay the commission to the affiliate. So
Yeah.
you make the money and then you pay commission. So for bootstrap in terms of cash flow, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, the hack is it's really affiliate marketing.
That's really great. I love that. It's such a cool strategy. So now let's talk a little bit about the hardest part of growth. So as a CMO, what is the biggest challenge that you have faced? Like, is it hiring, scaling channels, finding the right partners, or something else?
Yeah, so there are a few facets to the question. So basically, in terms of hiring, the advantage is that I was already working with Apple, so who is doing SEA and SEO. We work at Sasmic. It's like a SaaS agency, as the name says it. We are growth marketing there. So the advantage is that we were already working together. So we we already had this synergy and we already knew what to do. Not really what to do with a startup. We had no idea on that part.
Yeah.
We usually work with like big corporate that are already at 5 or 10 million per year. So he was like, we started with like 10,000 per year company. But basically we already had the synergy. We already knew, okay, that's your skill, that's my skill. You Upwork just do SEO, SEA, and I will figure out what's the next channel for me. So in that sense, that was easy. And in so basically for the first year, we were just like two part-timers working on the marketing. It's only this year that we added a third marketer who's someone that we already worked with before, who's Dean. He's doing the paid social. So the advantage is that for the recruitment part, we just have a network from our growth marketing expertise and circle. So on that part, that was super easy. I mean, no big blockers there. The biggest struggle, yes, was to find partner, and also because it was the first time for us to, like grow a company from scratch.
Mhm.
I had a bit of experience with a dropshipping store I had when I started my marketing career, but we basically did not know how to start with partners. So for me, it was the biggest struggle. How do we find partner? You send emails, they don't reply, blah blah. So it was like, I think, 5 to 6 months learning curve
Yeah.
on how to find those partners that will make us go above 10,000 per month. That was the first target: go above 10,000 per month.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that was the biggest struggle. Like, first time doing a startup, first time growing, being like a CMO, first time learning about affiliate and
Yeah.
partnering and so on. So yeah, that was the biggest struggle. And now, now is the opposite. Is like how to delegate as much as possible to
Yeah.
jump onto the next channel to invest in. So the challenge has changed.
Yeah. That's such a good challenge to have, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just another question, like if somebody were to start like a bootstrap startup and they just started and they want to grow through affiliate marketing, but they do not have cash to pay upfront. So what would you suggest to someone like that in that situation?
Yeah, I think depending on the product and the market, our
Mhm.
advantage is that I mean, Miguel, the founder, chose a product that was in an emergent market. So there was like two competitors, so
Mhm.
not too much. But I talked to an affiliate manager last week, and he's in the AI video edition, and this market is a lot more competitive. Like you see, like really bigger player out there. So that makes it a lot harder. So I think there are two different ways. So two different types of market. If the market is validated because you have competition,
Mhm.
but the competition is not too hard, then
Mhm.
you'll have an easier time to find affiliates to partner with that only accept commission. If you go with a product where the market is a lot more competitive, people
Mhm.
already have a lot of money to invest to be
Yeah.
on top of those articles and so on, that's in terms of cash, that's going to be harder. But I'm not going to say it's impossible, of course, but you'll need to dig a lot more. I think this strategy of finding affiliates that only accept cash just for you to start generating this cash can work for any type of market, but you just have harder time finding those type of affiliates
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. So I guess to find affiliates, we just have to look for people who are already creating content in similar genres or similar niches, right?
That's also probably one of my biggest learning is
Mm-hmm.
I haven't invested too much time in because I understood straight away, but you need to find people that already know what they do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will lose a lot of time trying to teach them, especially
Yeah.
if you don't even know how to teach them. That was my case. Like, okay, I need to tell them what to do, but I'm not actually sure what I should tell them. So I'm not gonna pretend I'm a professional affiliate marketer. That's not the job of a affiliate manager. Affiliate manager needs to find the people that know what they do and tell them, okay, can you help me sell my product? And that's how you find them.
Got it, got it. Makes sense. That's very cool. So let's talk a little bit about your career story. You mentioned that you were doing drop shipping. So how did you get into growth marketing and what's some pivotal moment in your journey that changed how you think about growth today?
Yeah, so basically, why to give it even a bit more background? I used to be a flight technician when I used to live in Australia. I
Like,
used to Yeah, flight technician. My background is home and building automation, so I studied how I can automate all those things around houses, and then I moved to Australia for a few years. I worked there as a flight technician, and then I understood. Okay, I hate this industry. I really don't like. There is no freedom of anything, and then I came back with my family to Europe when the COVID hit, and then I was like, okay, that's a second struggle.
yeah,
Now how can I work online and so on? So one of my friend told me about something called dropshipping and say, oh, you know, you can do that overnight, you can sell. And then you understand, okay, there is all those YouTube guru video where they sell you, oh, you can be millionaire. And I had a bit of cash in my bank account, so I was like, okay, I can take the risk. I never want to go back into that old industry of building automation. So let's try this thing called dropshipping. Then I did it for a few months. But then I realized, okay, I'm not making cash, I'm burning cash, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning about how to launch a dropshipping, Shopify store, how I can make listicles, blah, 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 how I can sell. And I was already selling through Meta. So that was my first channel of learning.
Yeah.
Um, but then from there, I understood, okay, I need to work with other smart people in the field. And that's when I started like a quick training, was 2 months. And I had the opportunity to do an internship. So I did this internship. And then after a month, it was like, 2 months internship. I was already in Ricardo's team, by the way. That's how I started. Then after 2 months, they were like, okay, we need you in the team, because I was really eager to learn, eager to do more.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically I worked there for a year and a half. Ricardo left. And then after a few months he left, I was like, okay, now I'm in a new team. Actually, I liked working with you, not
Yeah.
not specifically with that company. And then that's when we relaunched Sasmic, the company the agency we are working at the moment.
Yeah.
So we did that for a year and a half. And then after a year and a half, I was like, okay, it's good to work for clients, but why don't we buy a company and build it? Because if we can't grow the company, then we are not good growth marketer. So so then 2 months later, Ricardo come back and is like, okay, I have this deal. I have this deal with Miguel. He has like an AI product, and yeah, we are talking about buying the company,
Yeah.
and basically we can grow that. And that's how the story started back in December 2023 with BetterPic. So that's basically my career as a marketer.
Love it, love it. Thanks for sharing. So, like that's how you started. But when we talk about now, how does an average day in your life look like? Or if I should rephrase it, how does an average day in the life of a CMO of a startup look like?
Yeah, so as I was mentioning, basically now my goal is to find a way to really delegate, because now there is because I'm trying to get as many meaningful partnership as possible. So it's a lot of talks going on, and like following up on a lot of people, and then we still work with this other agency. So now my day as a CMO is like really, it's like talking with a lot of people at the same time, which is something I was not used to,
Mhm.
but it's basically trying to get uh, the most out of partnership I have.
Yeah.
So now it's a lot of like organizing, making sure that everyone is going in the right direction. Everyone has like the like meaningful goals and targets. So yeah, how to define the day, because at the moment it's a bit I'm not like those people selling like course saying like, oh, I do that for 1 hour every day on Monday, and then I do that for 2 hours. My days are a bit more chaotic in that sense, but yeah, I think that's one of the biggest learning I'm working on now, is to really structure everything.
Yes.
So my day as a CMO is at the moment is a bit chaotic, and it has to evolve towards having those systems,
Yes.
so everything is in place. But I think that's the dream world. Like, I don't think it happens for everyone to really have those proper blocks
Yeah.
in the agenda.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty rare.
That's true. But how do you maintain work-life balance? Like, how do you make sure you don't burn out and enjoy your job every day?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. So what I found is that actually it has worked over the past 6 months. I'm doing that, is to make sure like to do some sport, going to the gym or whatever. But I found that the best approach for me is to, at some time of the day when I feel that, my brain is starting to slowly burn out for that day, is to just stop and then go out for 2 hours, do sport, do whatever, and then come back. And I found that I did that for the past 6 months.
Mhm.
Okay, I can't really walk more than until 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., I need to drop
Okay.
to go do some sport, do something, and then I can come back in the evening and do those last, those last thing I have to do for the day. I found that, yeah, for the past 6 months, I was doing that. Even though I was still as tired as before from this constant like reaching out and communication, I found that's what helped me the most to sustain with that system.
Cool, that makes sense. So, what sport did you pick?
For now, it's really simple, just the gym.
Gym? Okay, that's
It's like the simplest thing. I don't need to think. I just go there, do my stuff, and then come back. Focus on something simple, right?
yes, 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 absolutely. So, as a marketer, as a growth marketer, what's the worst marketing advice you have ever heard?
um, Probably what you hear a lot is always, okay, what are we gonna do as marketing activities? And straight away it would be, okay, let's launch meta ads.
Yes,
I think that's usually
yeah,
that's usually how we compare and we mock bad agencies, saying like, okay, what's the marketing activity we're gonna do? And the answer is like, oh, we will launch meta ads. Uh, now that I really have the vision from going from zero to like decent revenue, I understood, okay, just launching meta ads as is pretty stupid.
yes, yes, definitely makes sense. And what is the best marketing advice that you have heard?
um, oh, basically, basically that's the thing that make the difference between good marketer in my sense and bad marketing is to not look at the funnel, to not look at the buyer journey as a funnel, as like a straight funnel. I think that's the best advice, and that's also goes into like what is a bad advice, to think that the people see content and then they go the top of funnel and then you retarget them and then they see this and then they just convert in a linear fashion. That's probably the best advice, not to think that way, and that's the worst advice, to think that way. Yeah.
So, if it's not linear, then how does it work?
I mean, it's basically touch points, right? And that's when attribution it becomes kind of hard, right? Okay, you can never track that this person has seen, like your paid social low
Mm,
intent channels.
yeah.
For now, we think more into like high intent channel and low intent channel and how we can make them work together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, basically, uh, basically we work with high intent and low intent channel, and we think about how can they, like co-live together.
Got it. Got it. Makes sense. So thank you so much, Thibaut, for sharing your insights. It was such a insightful session. I enjoyed it a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Anincha. Was super nice to be talking with you.
Same here. Always nice talking to you. Bye, Thibaut.
Bye bye.